Hey guys, so this video is going to be all about top lipsticks perfect for winter sun-kissed glow featuring Swiss Beauty. Swiss Beauty hands down makes one of my favorite lip products. Their range of lip products is amazing, hands down the best in the market. So the shade range of their lip products mostly are amazing, that caters to different skin tones, not just for light or medium skin tones. You know, it's very inclusive. And so in this video we have a wide array of lip products to talk about. So not just the lipsticks, so we have tinted lip balms, we have lip crayons, bullet lipsticks, liquid lipsticks. So you can pick and choose the perfect formulation for you and the perfect shade for your skin tone as well. So let's get started. Now first up, swatching this range of lip balm. This is the Kiss Candy lip balm. Now this is a very hydrating glossy formula. It almost looks like a lip gloss on the lips. It's very hydrating. It's enriched with vitamin E and olive oil. Now they don't really have a very intense color payoff, so they're not a very like supremely tinted lip balm, but it is really nice when you want to just add a light wash of color on your lips. I feel like it's the perfect lip balm for like the winter times. First up, swatching the pomegranate variant. It's a very nice juicy looking lip balm. It almost looks like a lip gloss. You know, you can also top it off your usual lipsticks because it gives you that very nice glossy effect, a very hydrating lip balm. So this is the shade pomegranate, which has a subtle sort of reddish tint to it. Next up, swatching the peach variant, which doesn't have a lot of color base to it. So this would work for you if you're looking for like a clear lip balm or like a gloss of this kind of a sheen. Next up, swatching the cherry variant. So this again has a very subtle color to it, so you can top it off with your lip stain, or if like right now my lip is stained from a stain that I used previously while I was filming some videos, and you can see it is just adding a really nice shine to it. It's a nice lip balm to use on a daily basis. Also feels like a lip gloss, so it's like 2-in-1. Next, I'm swatching this range, which is called the Swiss Beauty Tint Me On Lip Balm. First shade 01. This lip balm has a subtle brownish tint to it, and it's also very hydrating on the lips, and this is what it looks like. Again, perfect for your no makeup days, or on days where you just want to add a lip balm with a little bit of tint and a little bit of sheen on your lips. Next up, we have the shade number 02, which seems more like a red. Ooh, beautiful. This feels like some high-end product on the lips, you guys. It has a really nice mint sort of a scent to it, and a minty like tinkling sensation on the lips as well. The other shade didn't have that, but this shade has it, and it's so beautiful. Just look at it. It has a little bit of red and a little bit of pink as well. Amazing. I'm absolutely in love with this. This is the thing that I love about Swiss Beauty. They make products that feel like high-end in terms of quality. Sometimes even beats a lot of high-end products. There's a almost lipstick in the market which has no pigment on like people of deeper skin tone. It doesn't show up at all, but this is not like that. I absolutely love this. Highly recommend you guys try this out. The last shade of this tinted lip balm that we have is called 03, which seems like a neon pink shade. This is more of a lighter pink shade for anyone who wants a light wash of color and not anything too much. Again, a very beautiful shade. Next up, swatching the Swiss Beauty HD Matte Lipstick range. This is one of my favorite range of lipstick because I absolutely love the formulation of this. It goes on extremely matte, really nice and comfortable, very long lasting, and they have some really nice deep shades that are really nice and pigmented, not patchy at all, and just so beautiful. And I also feel like it's very flattering. A lot of people with deeper skin tones would absolutely love it, especially like this particular shade called Brandy Harrington, a very popular shade. A lot of people love this shade, and for a very good reason. So I've used this particular shade up. Like, look at the pigmentation of that. It's like one swipe intense pigmentation, and this shade is so beautiful. And this, if you own this particular shade, you don't really need a lot of lipsticks in your collection at all, because this will satisfy your need for this particular shade. It's like a deep dusty burgundy shade with a little bit of brown and mauve undertones as well. It's a very, very beautiful shade, very popular for a very good reason. And if you have sort of medium tan and deeper skin tone and you're looking for a really nice nude shade for your skin tone and something that doesn't wash you out, you should definitely look into this one. It's that good. This particular shade will look good on every single outfit, every single makeup look, name it, you got it. You know, Swiss Beauty has nailed it with this particular shade, and I absolutely love this for a very good reason. This is what the packaging of the lipstick looks like. It has a magnetic closure. Next shade we have is called Bold Wine. Look at the color payoff of these lipsticks first of all, and look at this shade. It's a beautiful pink toned red shade, and again sort of unique in my opinion, and this again would suit every single skin tone irrespective of your undertone as well, so definitely do check this out. Next shade we have is one of my favorite shades, which is called Murphy Brown, which is a deep red shade again with a lot of like berry hints to it. Also a very beautiful unique shade in my opinion, and of course perfect for the winter months, perfect for anyone with deeper skin tone. Just look at the pigmentation of this, it doesn't go on patchy at all. Next shade we have is called Plum House, which is a beautiful deep pink shade for anyone who likes to try out pink shades but you're very on the edge about it being very warm toned or just too bright. You can try this out. I absolutely love this shade. This is something I use on its own. I mix it up with other shades as well. It's just beautiful, pigmented, apt for a lot of different outfits. White, gold, yellow. Looks really nice, brightens up your skin tone as well. Next up we have the shade called Dynamite Berry. This is not so much a berry shade, I feel like it's more of a deep red shade with very warm undertones, which again is so unique, very beautiful on the lips. If you have an Indian attire, you want to pair your lipstick to, and you're not sure which one to choose, this would complement it so beautifully, so beautifully. I just love it. Next up, just look at this shade. It's called Wine Blush. It's a blackened berry shade, and look at the color payoff. Just look at the pigmentation. It's not one bit patchy. Amazing shade for all skin tones. If you are on the lookout for such a bold shade, you should definitely try out this shade called Wine Blush. Definitely not for the faint-hearted. I absolutely love these kind of deep shades on my skin tone. The last shade from this range that we have is called Dark Brown. Now this is a beautiful, grungy, cool toned brown shade. Not your usual brown shade. Everything I swatched from this range is absolutely amazing for all skin tones out there, especially medium tan and deeper skin tones. Next up, swatching the Swiss Beauty Plump Up Wet Gloss. So this is a plumping lip gloss, and I absolutely love this particular range of lip gloss as well. It feels really nice and luxe on the lips and not too heavy, not too sticky. The first shade we have is called 01, Barely There. So as the name suggests, it is a very clear lip gloss, so it's barely there, the tint. So this is a nice clear lip gloss. If you want to top it off on your usual lipsticks or lip liner, what you can do is just use any lip liner of your choice. I'm using the Swiss Beauty Bold Matte Lip Liner, and this one is in the shade Burgundy. So I have like subtly lined and also filled in my lips. And then all you have to do is take the shade called Barely There. See? It looks beautiful, and it also looks like you have a little bit of color on your lips. So this is also one of the ways you can try out clear lip glosses. Next up, swatching the shade number 02, which is called Caramel Crush. This has a subtle like peachy color to it. And then we have the shade number 03, which is called Kinda Naked, which has a very subtle brown tone to it. Then we have the shade called Brownie Point. Again, a very brown, subtle brown toned nude gloss. And then the next one is a very beautiful gloss for my skin tone. It's called Mauve Muse, which is a very subtle mauve toned pinky shade of a gloss. I absolutely love this. Just look at it. It is very subtle, very like light wash of color, but looks very beautiful. These lip glosses are actually really plumping. I can feel it on my lips right now since I've swatched a couple of them. Next one we have is the shade number 06, which is called Spicy Cinnamon. This is a peachy gloss, peachy pink kind of a gloss. It looks really nice and very subtle on my lips, which I feel like it's making it a lot more wearable as well, even on its own. Next up we have the shade called Date Night. This is the shade in Date Night. I feel like a little bit more of a pigmented version of the previous shade. Has the same peachy tone to it, but very wearable, very beautiful. The next shade we have is 08 Deep Desire. So this shade in Deep Desire is like the perfect My Lips but better kind of a shade, and it looks a lot deeper in the tube, but this is how it translates on my pigmented lips. The last shade from this range is called 09 Berrylicious. It's a subtle pink shade and it looks beautiful for no makeup days, just to wear it on its own as well. So that completes the lip gloss range. Now let's move on to the next range of lipsticks that they have. Next up, swatching some shades from the Matte Cat Lip Crayon range. We have the shade number 03, which is called Brick Shell. This shade would be beautiful for anyone who's looking for a peachy nude shade, and especially for people with light and light medium skin tones. The formula of this is it goes on feeling a little bit sheeny, but it settles down to a very nice comfortable matte finish on the lips, and it doesn't even really transfer as much. Next up we have the shade called Berry Crimson, which is not a berry shade by any means. It's a light brownish nude shade, perfect for my skin tone and people of lighter skin tones as well. Next up we have the shade called Wild Rose, which is a beautiful pink shade, a bright pink shade, and it looks really nice and flattering on my skin tone. I absolutely love these kind of pinks on myself. Even though it's so bright, it's not looking neon, it's not emphasizing any dryness on my lips, it's not looking patchy. It looks nice and blurring on the lips. That's what I really like about this particular formulation. Next shade we have is called Sinful Scarlet, which is a brighter pink shade. And this is how it looks like on my lips. So next up, swatching the Swiss Beauty liquid lipstick. This is the Hold Me Matte 12 Hour Stay liquid lipstick. I have a couple of shades I want to swatch from this range, especially that caught my attention for the winter months. Now the formulation of this is very pigmented. You don't really have to apply a lot. You don't have to keep layering it on. So if you just apply like one layer of this evenly, it dries down completely matte, settles down to a comfortable matte finish. It's transfer proof. If you keep layering it on, it will transfer just like any other liquid lipstick. It doesn't feel extremely drying. The color selection is something I really like. So let's get started with the first shade that we have, which is called 20, that is Burnt Rose. It's a beautiful warm pink shade, and it is a little bit unique shade. I don't really have a liquid lipstick of this particular shade. I feel like this would flatter every single skin tone out there, especially if you want to try out this kind of like a warm pink shade. It just feels really nice and beautiful. It's transfer proof. Like I mentioned, don't layer it on too much. Next up we have the shade called Naked Brown. This is a beautiful burnt orange shade. I've not gone back to dipping it in. It's just the first dip of this liquid lipstick. That's how much pigmentation you get. And what a beautiful burnt orange shade this is. This is of course going to cater to a lot of your skin tones, and also I think a lot of you look out for shades like this because I constantly get requests asking for really good burnt orange shades that is very wearable, not too orange, not too bright, and not too dark as well. So if you're looking out for a shade like that, you know, this is the one you should try out. The next shade I have right here is called Hershey's, which is a beautiful dark brown shade. It also has a little bit of a red undertone to it. So it's a very wearable shade. You don't have to run away from trying out these kind of shades just because it's like a dark brown. It's a very wearable shade. It just goes on very even, not at all patchy. Yeah, this is one of my personal favorites. The next shade we have is called Passionate Red, which is a beautiful pink toned red, and I know I get a lot of requests for pink toned, blue toned red shades, and this is certainly one of that. It's so pigmented. Irrespective of the pigmentation of your lips, this will show up. It will brighten your outfit, it will brighten your makeup look, it will brighten your skin tone. Definitely try this shade out. If you wanted a bright red shade with a little bit of orange undertones to it, you should try out the shade Red Chili. I feel like this would be for anyone who's not looking for a cool tone red shade or anything with a pink undertone. This is more of a warm red shade. And then we have the shade number 22, which is called Romance Red, which is a red with a subtle pink hint to it as well. So it's a bright red shade, but it has slight pink undertones to it as well. So if you didn't want something that's more orange toned or as bright as that, you can try this out. And then the next shade is shade number 29, which is called the Cranberries. This is a beautiful, exactly as the name suggests, cranberry shade. It is a deep red shade with earthy terracotta hints to it. Very, very beautiful shade. Very beautiful shade. Next shade I have is called Wine Me, which is a deep red burgundy shade. It's almost like a blackened red kind of a shade, not one bit patchy, goes on really nice, even and pigmented. Next up we have the shade called Hold Me Darling, which is a bright coral shade with a little bit of pink and orange hints to it. So this is for anyone who's looking for such bright shades. I've seen a lot of people love these kind of shades, and that's the reason I'm including it in this video. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. So make sure to comment down below your favorite shade that was swatched and also your favorite range of lipsticks from Swiss Beauty. It will be really nice to know. Give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. And so yeah, see ya.